You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another. God, so many.
Lots of them.
So many.
There's lots of podcasts.
There's a lot of podcasts.
A lot of podcasts.
There's a lot of podcasts.
I'm excited to be here. That's not to say that I'm not excited to be here. I am excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am too.
We just kind of came in on like a real kind of low note.
It's a busy day. It's been a busy day. Mondays are always my busy day at work because all my reports are due. Plus, it's just busy.
Yeah.
I mean,
are Tuesdays better in general?
Typically, but Tuesdays are split days. That's the only day because most of my staff work 12-hour shifts. Except for Tuesdays, they split 6 and 6.
Well, the reason
that
I
Passover
asked,
is always a nightmare.
well, yeah, we got to put the lamb's blood.
Yep.
The reason I ask is because it's like, man, should we record on Tuesdays again? But I gotta say, especially with like as busy as you are, it is a huge relief to record on Mondays because it's like in an emergency situation. If we were recording on Tuesdays, I feel like that'd be really rough.
It's nice that something can happen. Generally, like Mondays, once I have a full crew again, it'll be better.
Yeah.
Then I'll be able to keep up with my stuff. Once I have my old position rehired, that'll be much better because right now I'm having to do both. So it's just.
Yeah.
It will get better. So I wouldn't want to change for Mondays.
Cool. All right. Well, I just, I don't want you to get like.
I appreciate it, though.
Yeah. I don't want you to get like, I don't want you to be like burnt out and shit. We go to 2 a week if you want.
You
want to go back to 2 a week?
I can do 2 a week.
You remember those days?
It's all right. It's all right. Sundays are easy. So my drink right now, I made it too strong. I just have a sort of a weird amalgamation.
Were you pouring liquor back into the bottle?
Back into
is
this
that
one
what that
bottle,
was?
and it didn't work very well.
Yeah. What is it?
So, Melissa's parents asked for all the kids. They're going, how about Saturday? We want
Get all the kids over here. Get them all drunk.
Get them all.
Get them riled up. Spin them around.
Sugar and liquor. Just feed them sugar and liquor all day long and bring them over to us. So they took all the kids. So then Melissa and I were like, all right, fuck yeah, we're gonna have a good time Saturday. Can't really go anywhere. We're gonna have a good time still Saturday. So we went and I was like, what do you want to drink? She's like, margaritas. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make good margaritas. So I went and I bought like decent tequila, decent triple sec, fresh limes, fresh oranges, like with the whole spiel. Followed. I like Alton Brown's recipe, but it's pretty liquor light.
Yeah. I like Alton Brown's recipes in general.
Yeah,
I've never
he's pretty
had
much
his.
Always my go. I don't really search Food Network. I search
Alton Brown. Yeah. His taco seasoning is really good. I like it a lot.
Weren't you doing that? It was like a lot less carbs or something whenever you were dieting heavy. Like you could have one extra taco if you used his seasoning instead of the seasoning packet.
I don't know. Because it's like I never watched carbs or anything like that. I was always like calories. So I don't know. But it's tasty. I can tell you that. Yeah, his taco seasoning's tasty. Like Nikki will make it like in a big batch,
huge batch,
and then keep it like in a Tupperware bowl or something. So it's like because it is kind of a pain in the ass to make every time you're gonna do tacos.
Oh yeah, because you do like buy whole spices and toast them and grind them and all that shit.
Well, I mean, probably you're supposed to, but we don't do that.
I did that for a minute. Like I had a coffee grinder. Whenever I got my Burr grinder, I used my old coffee grinder for like spices.
Your Aaron Burr grinder?
My Aaron Burr. It had so much peanut butter in it. So I made like this recipe for margaritas. Didn't turn out super well.
Was it the Alton Brown recipe that you ended up going with?
It was very similar. It was more liquor heavy version.
Gotcha.
But I made it.
By that you mean you just put more liquor in it? Or?
It called for Alton Brown's doesn't have triple sec in it. So I went with one that does. So it had double liquor.
Okay.
I gave one to Melissa, and she immediately just it's like that was like drinking a crybaby because it wasn't
crybaby.
It took me about 20 minutes to juice all the limes that it required because I made like a quadruple batch. I mean,
Y'all were gonna get drunk.
It was sour as fuck.
What's a crybaby? Is that a drink?
Like the sour balls, crybabies.
That's a candy? Mm-hmm. I'm not familiar with that.
It's sort of like
an
it's like
warhead?
It's like warheads, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe they turn into gum. I think maybe.
Okay. You should not give gum to babies. No. Just, I want to just a disclaimer.
Jack loves it.
Don't give gum to babies. They don't know it's not food.
No, just chew it. Baby looks at me in confusion.
Stop. Spit it out.
In one of Brendan Sanderson's books, someone invents bubble gum and trying to sell it and explain it to people, what it is and how you use it. No one gets it.
Why did that turn? Why did that catch on?
I don't know.
Because every time I chew gum, I'm like kind of bummed that it's not candy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm like bummed that it's not candy. And it also makes me hungrier. Because like there have been
aperitif chewable.
There have been many times that I've like been chewing gum and it's like, well, my stomach wasn't rumbling, but like now that my body is doing going through the motions, my stomach
your Pavlovian response to gum.
My stomach's like, give me.
No, I loved gum in like high school, middle school, high school. God, that's all I fucking wanted was gum.
What was your go-to?
Now I could give a shit less about it.
Fruit Stripe?
For like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you spit it out. So
they had the good commercials.
Juicy Fruit and Fruit Stripe are good for just like a fucking minute.
Big Red.
I don't think I ever had any. No, I don't like cinnamon gum.
Oh man, Big Red.
Don't like cinnamon gum.
Big Red.
What was it? Sean Spicer would basically chew and swallow half a pack of Big Red every day when he was press secretary.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot.
I made the margaritas.
It's a dad gum.
It is a dad gum.
It's a dad gum.
It's a dad gum.
Dad gum.
Dad gum.
All right. This has been a fun podcast. You're good to do the rest of this by yourself, right?
We're just talking about dad gum. So I had a lot of sugar to it, made it palatable enough. And
so you covered up the alcohol with sugar.
Yeah, it called for like a little bit of powdered sugar.
Sugar.
So it would dissolve and I'll get gritty and everything in the cold.
That's good.
Because I could normally, drinks will require you to make a simple syrup to sweeten them and not get gritty or trying to break down. Just sugar just still at the bottom.
The Phillies mascot?
Yeah.
He just shows up and drinks all your margaritas unless you use powdered sugar.
I would do, yes. That's a good way to summon gritty.
What about grit? He brings Gritney with him. Girl, we're going to get drunk.
But yeah, it's good enough for Melissa to get pretty drunk. So we watched, she hadn't seen Zombieland. So we watched Zombieland 1 and Zombieland 2.
How's 2? I haven't seen 2 yet. I loved 1.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I like to. Granted, like, I'm not one, I can't think of the last time. I bet the last time I watched 2 back-to-back movies was Grindhouse in the theaters. That'd be the last time I did. Watching a back-to-back movie at home, I don't fucking know. So it just helped that Melissa and I would occasionally have sex while we were watching the movie. So if John and Ian really want me to watch all the Star Wars movies, we just have to have intermittent
just
sex
make
in between.
4 batches of margaritas.
Yeah.
That's the only way it's going to happen. Call Alton Brown. Tyler needs sex medicine. Stat.
Alton Brown's sex medicine Star Wars orgy with John and Ian.
That's the next Patreon bonus episode. When they launch their Star Trek podcast, we'll have them on, and that'll be the name of the episode. That's how we can help them launch it.
Perfect. Double Tap was good. I thought it was a good follow up. It had there was some sort of annoying characters in it.
Like new characters, or like the old characters got annoying?
New characters.
Gotcha.
I like the old characters. Abigail Breslin was barely fucking in it.
Who is that?
She was Little Rock. She was the younger
okay,
kid.
All right, okay.
But otherwise, I thought it was a good progression.
Okay.
So
do you think they'll do a
like
third one? Like, did you end feeling like, oh, there's going to be a third one? By that I mean a climax.
I don't think it really set it up that well for a third one. There, you of course could do one. There was no hard resolution where there can't be. You could. I would be surprised.
I also feel
mean,
like
Double Tap took long enough to make. Like getting all 4 of those people who were pretty big stars lined up again. Like it'll be a minute.
Now, was Jesse Eisenberg, was he playing Zuckerberg in this?
Pretty much. He pretty much always does.
All right. I would be great if they all played characters from other things that they're in, like Woody.
Emma Stone
from
was
Easy A.
Dead Gwen Stacy just laying on the ground.
Okay, that's a better one. I like that. That's a better fit for Zombieland. And then
Abigail Breslin is the girl from Little Miss Sunshine. She is her character in the beauty pageant.
Holy shit. Wow. I didn't even make that connection. It's a good movie.
And then Melissa told me just an hour before we started recording, she went to the store and came back. We were unloading groceries, and she's like, "Yeah, I had a pretty cool but infuriating dream last night." I was like, "Well,
that's always like a good start."
Well, we were in Zombieland.
Who did you have sex with?
It's tangential to that.
Yeah, okay. Usually when usually when that's brought up, you had sex with somebody in someone else's dream.
So yeah, we were in Zombieland killing zombies. She said that part was cool, and then the zombies, they captured us. I was like, okay, it's not really what zombies do.
The atypical zombie behavior. Yeah.
Oh, it gets more atypical. They put us in like these separate sleeping bags, and they made me watch porn.
Oh,
she was so mad at those zombies.
Was it zombie porn or real, like regular?
She didn't
porn?
say. She didn't say.
Animal porn.
She just said porn. And then whenever she was really getting mad at the zombies, they came and had like a picture.
You zombies, stop making him watch porn. You zombies, stop it.
And they came up. Yeah, when she was really
That's
mad.
That's not even the good shit. That's Gage from the late 90s.
They brought me a picture of a naked girl
kidding,
and put it in my sleeping bag and made me have a picture of a naked girl. And she was furious in the dream.
Well, I mean, that does seem like, essentially those zombies were sexually assaulting you and her simultaneously. Yeah. Were you into it? Like, was that part of it? Or
She didn't say what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
like, were you resisting?
I assume I was resisting.
No!
They Clockwork Orange my eyes open. You watch the pornography.
Yeah, the zombie stock. It's a weird zombie.
We're horny, so we want your brains to be horny before we
zombies.
Eat them.
We ate all the Alton Brown sex medicine, and now we're horny. Sleep with this photo of Brianna Banks.
Yeah, your sleeping bag. Fuck your wife. Look, I'm gonna put porn in his sleeping bag. He's surrounded by it. He's watching it. Fuck you.
We're not zombies. We're just really ugly people with really weird sexual fetishes.
That was your week.
It was okay. Yeah, it was an okay week.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, Monday was when we recorded with Dennis. That was like a high point, and then there was like a bunch of low points, and then now we're back on a pretty high point. So that's good.
You still have a job?
So yeah.
Okay.
Why? Why? Do you know something I don't know?
No, I just
tell me. I need to know.
So yeah, I can see it be like, I can see where you'd be like, yeah, a low point, like got laid off, but like
no.
But I had some really good tacos on Sunday, so it's all the way back up.
I did have good tacos on Sunday. No, I had good tacos on Saturday. Oh, and Sunday. Yeah, I had El Torito on
Taco Day.
Yeah, man, and it's like
El Torito tacos are good.
It's two different taco experiences because I had Taco John's on
very different.
Saturday night.
Very different.
Love their tacos, but they're like fast food tacos, and then
Americanized fast food tacos
for sure. And then on Sunday for lunch, that good El Torito tacos al pastor with the fucking pineapple and pork and the tomatilla. I mean, like the corn tortillas. Good shit, real good shit. That is like, look, I've never been to Mexico. We're in the Southeast, so this is probably really shitty Mexican food. I don't know. But to me, it's like, this is some good shit right here. We have a package, and also package related. Me and a few other people on the Discord have assembled to resurrect Secret Santa for TADPOG Nation.
Sweet.
So I believe that Gentle G and Indy Cat are going to be taking the reins on distributing the information And then Chris Murray was helping, and Usurper Grimm, and Sandwich Pope Phil, Game Bud Prime Nate. So what I'm saying is, got a good group of people who are working on it. It is rushed. So I guess I just want to...
It's November. It's fine.
But still, it's
not even Thanksgiving yet. We shouldn't be doing anything Christmas related until after Thanksgiving.
Well, look, the reality of it is people need to plan. People need to plan. So what I want to say is I don't have details on that yet, but by next episode, we'll have everything locked in. There's going to be like a Google form where you can like fill out, your name and address and all that good stuff. And we got good people working on this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
And speaking of packages and mailing things and Chris Murray, we have a package here.
Oh, yes.
From Chris Murray. A hefty boy. Not Chris Murray. I don't know. I've never met him. Probably a regular boy. I don't know. But
his heart's a real thick boy for sending us this package.
Yeah, this thick package. This is a fucking Garth Brooks for sure. There is a letter. Would you like to read it? I feel like I shout a lot, so maybe people hearing your voice would give them a break from my insanity.
Hey, Tadpog.
Hello.
Hope you're doing well and that the randomizer is treating you well when you receive this package. More sports?
Fuck no. Not yet. We'll see at the end of this episode.
To make a long story short, I upgraded my Saturn setup to include ODE. So, I mean, that's a pretty old car. You don't have to update your Saturn. The fin rear, which replaces the laser with an SD card. But it required that I have a different Saturn console than the one I had. I thought rather than try to sell it on eBay or whatever and send it to a rando, I'd make a contribution to the Tadpog inventory. Hell yeah. The first episode I ever listened to was Shining Force 2.
There you go.
And I was immediately hooked. So I found myself in a position where I could share Shining Force 3 with you fools. I couldn't pass it up.
Holy shit balls.
Oh, man. Oh, you just won my heart, Chris Murray.
Stop putting porn in Tyler's sleeping bag, Chris Murray.
Shining Force porn. Horse porn of Chester and Sarah. Pregnant Sarah on Chester's back.
There we go. You remember. Good. Yeah. Yes. Never forget.
I keep it in the bed with me. Melissa gets really mad.
Yeah, it's a real weirdly shaped body pillow.
I tried having her play Katawa Shujo.
Oh, why would you do that one?
It didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Once it got to the part where she's like, just let her reading what happens. Well, you date one and have sex with them. Nope, I'm out. No, thank you.
But do you?
Nope.
The sex is implied. Did you tell her that?
No, I mean, because had she went on Emmy's path and they had like anal sex in the track room,
yeah. Well, that's the best one.
With the still of her looking very surprised while she's been over.
Well, you did say anal sex in a shed. I feel like that's implied. If the still is not, if someone's not surprised in that still, there's something wrong with that game.
I hope you find the time to enjoy the games and maybe you get to some Saturn once you complete the SNES run.
In 10
eventually.
Years. Yes.
Honks out, Chris Murray, a.k.a. Just a Punk. P.S. Technical specs for what you've got. The Saturn is stock USA Model 2 and is super clean. It will work with NTSC retail games, but you have to have an all-in-one card and pseudo Saturn on it, which allows you to play backups in all regions. Literally plug it in and you're good to go. It'll boot into pseudo. The all-in-one will also work as a RAM card and a save card, although the battery should be good that's in there.
Oh my god!
As some of the games
dude.
need 4 and 8 megabytes of RAM upgrade. I've also given a starter pack of games to get you going.
Dude.
Apologies that some are loose, but I couldn't jam more in the box.
Dude.
That's fucking sweet. I also have my brothers still, so honestly, we could both at the same time play Shining Force 3.
Let's do that. Yeah. No, let's do that.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Look at these fucking games. Fucking Guardian Heroes is in here. I wanted to play Guardian Heroes for like forever. What else did he send? I'm dropping it. I'm like, super excited. Magic Knight, Ray Earth. I haven't heard of this one.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. We got Burning Rangers.
Burning Rangers?
Burning
like
Rangers.
Power Rangers, they're on fire.
It's like Burning Man, but for D&D players. I see. I'm like super unfamiliar with Saturn. The big like thing that I wanted a Saturn for when I was a kid is I remember playing that Panzer Dragoon
At
display
Toys R Us,
at
yep.
Toys R Us,
Yep.
man. Like that was like the
That
big
Knights,
thing.
yeah.
Knights, yeah. I think I own Knights on Steam now, and I guess that Panzer Dragoon remake is probably out now. I don't know.
I bet.
Here at Shining Force 3.
Oh, damn dog.
So, okay, that looks really good. I'm looking on the back of the box. That looks pretty good.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dragon Force, which I've heard of, and I've wanted to play Dragon Force before. This is a fucking sweet ass fucking package, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Dude. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Sega Saturn version, the inferior version, but still.
Hey, we can play through as Maria in that one.
Totally. Dragon Force 2. Good Lord, dude.
Damn, Chris.
Here it is. Panzer Dragoon. Blast through the mystical, surreal worlds of Panzer Dragoon. Rated kids to adults, mild animated violence. This is awesome, man.
So, Saturn Night, Just a Punk. Chris Murray, a.k.a. Saturn Night, Just a Punk.
I love it. Shining Wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Albert Odyssey, which is, of course, the continuation of Albert Chicken once he's done
Homer's Odyssey.
with starring Albert Chicken. It's kind of like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, but like with a chicken.
Bok, 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 bok.
Oh my God, man. And then there's an envelope
With
with
the loose games.
the loose games. Yeah. There are a bunch in here. Radiant Silver Gun. Astol?
Assful.
Assful. Fighters Mega Mix. Earthworm Jim 2. Interested in checking that
Okay.
out. Nights into Dreams.
Yeah.
Baku Baku Animal?
That's Alfred Chicken.
Yeah, that's Alfred. That's the even more Alfred Chicken. Saturn Bomberman, which I've heard really good things about Saturn Bomberman. Contra, Legacy of War, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Fuck yes. I just ordered Street Fighter Alpha 1 for PlayStation today. I found like a really good deal on like a long box copy of for the PlayStation 1. And I was like, and we're talking about Final Fight 3 today.
And Final Fight Guy.
Final Fight Guy.
I have a whole 15 seconds to go through on that game.
Yeah. Well, see, like, Guy is like why I was like, I was doing research for the show, and I was like, the reason Guy is not in Final Fight 2 is because he is canonically fighting in Street Fighter Alpha. So it's like, man, I haven't played Street Fighter Alpha since like 8th grade. I'm gonna buy Street Fighter Alpha. So like I went online and I was like, are you kidding me? This is a great like complete in-box copy of Street Fighter Alpha for like
$400. That's a great deal.
$400. No, it was like $30.
That's pretty good.
So
yeah.
I mean, loose, it's pretty cheap. Like you can get a loose copy pretty cheap. But this had like the poster, like the Capcom poster that like comes in and everything. X-Men Children of the Atom. Fucking love that game. Street Fighter Alpha 2. And Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
There's also EX plus Alpha.
I don't even know. I really honestly don't. And then I think these are probably Saturn controllers. All the hookups.
Damn.
We'll have to ask our parents for help.
Yep. And they'll get really mad about it, like my dad did.
They'll be really confused. Mine will be confused.
Oh man, nothing would piss them off more than having to like hook up a game console for me.
Dude, I remember having to beg my parents to be like, let me hook up the Nintendo to the TV. You know, the one TV that we have. Please let me hook it up to that TV. I think me asking if I could hook up my cousin's NES to our TV enough times was finally where it's like, get this boy a tiny TV for his bedroom.
Did you have like just a tiny ass could sit in your lap TV like I did?
I don't know that it could sit in my lap, but it was tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's color, so that's good. Had
Yeah.
that going for me, which is nice.
Because we had a tiny TV that would attach to the cabinets at the end of our bar. And that's when I would usually, in the house I'm in now, I would lay on the bar and play on this.
You'd lay on that bar?
Yeah.
And play?
And play like Chrono Trigger and shit. Yeah.
That's awesome. Is the Castlevania Eggs video?
Oh, I played Mega Man X in there. That's what I played on there. I don't think I played Chrono Trigger. I didn't play until the Dollar House. That and Earthbound.
The Castlevania Eggs video, is that in the house where you're
I'm in now.
currently? Yeah,
Yep.
I kind of recognize that kitchen area
Yep.
from. Yeah. I love it, dude. So much history here connected to the Holland deck.
You're damn right. Oh God, Chris, that was a fucking amazing package.
Fuck yes, dude.
man.
No, this
so
is
you take that with you because I've got Ryan Saturn.
all right. Fuck yes, awesome. I finally get to play Panzer Dragoon.
Isn't there a Panzer Dragoon Saga like the RPG one?
There is.
Yeah.
I'm less excited about that. I really just want to ride a dragon and shoot shit. I mean, that's the difference between you and me. I think I like RPGs, but like I also like to just ride dragons and shoot shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of sometimes all that I really need.
I want to ride a dragon and have it tell me a long, intricate story about killing God. That's just, yeah.
No, look, I like that too.
I like my JRP dragon
Yeah,
ride.
I like that too, but I like Star Fox and I like dragons. So, did you ever go through a dragon phase?
I mean, in college.
Because of Dungeons and
Dungeons
Dragons?
and Dragons.
Yeah.
I'd read the Dragonomicon for pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. Dragonomicon. Mwah, masterpiece.
Great book.
But like when
Not a whole lot you can use in game with it, but a good book.
but it's a good art. I love the cover for it.
amazing art.
Yeah. And all that like Paizo stuff always had good art because it was all like freelance work. So it wasn't like an argument can be made about like stylistically it doesn't mesh, but the Wizards of the Coast shit never really meshed anyway.
Oh, not at all. You'd have like a hyper realistic dwarf and then a fucking goddamn cartoon gnome.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And when the gnomes weren't cartoonish, they didn't look right.
It's like, is this just a dwarf with a short? Is it a halfling? I don't know.
It's an ugly halfling. But man, I like when you a long time ago we're talking about like Josh just drawing swords. Like for like at least a summer, that was me and dragons. Like if you would have asked me when I was like 9 years old what I wanted to be, I'd be like, I'm a dragon artist. Probably like a dragon artist. Like you just tell me what kind of dragon you're thinking about, and I'll draw it.
Yeah. All right. It's pretty good.
That's probably high paying, right?
I do have one. I feel like, is it here? I might have one piece of art that I've seen you draw by hand.
Is it the Mario Paint thing that I did? The Mario Paint porn that I made?
Well, I meant with a pencil by hand.
Oh, okay.
And that is the picture of you sketched out of Tokiabi with goggles on.
Oh, so cringe, right? Yeah.
No. What are you talking about?
Oh man,
What are you talking about?
all that stuff is like
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
You have it?
I feel like I do have that somewhere. I
You
really do.
You probably do.
I kept all of our old D&D stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was all.
I have all
like-
those character sheets and everything from way back in the day.
You're gonna be buried with it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
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 I'm
Just like
I'm
I'll
gonna
be-
have a suit constructed out of character sheets to bury me in.
Just like I'll be buried with Chris Murray's Sega Saturn. I am texting my lawyer right now to make sure it goes into my living will.
The lawyer I keep on retainer for all such matters.
Sega Video Game Man, my lawyer.
Oh shit, that's good stuff.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. Yeah, we really, man, I really want to do Shining Force 3 soon.
Let's do it. How about like how soon? Like can we get through let's get through the 2 bounties that we've got and then do Shining Force.
Okay.
You want to do it sooner than that?
I mean,
It sounds like maybe you do.
tell the randomizer to fuck off and just do it next week.
I don't have. Do you have time to play it?
Oh, part 1.
How many parts is it
It'd be
going
a
to be?
3-parter. We haven't done
Three
we haven't done a
parts?
3-parter in forever.
How long of a game is it?
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
All right.
What's the full title?
Shining Force. I.
All right, I'm going to howlongtobeat.com. I mean, it's a fucking Sega Saturn RPG. It's probably like 120 hours.
It's fun.
It's not. It's not fine.
We've got vacation to burn, right?
Shining Force. I do. Do you? Shining Force 3.
Jack's having surgery. Sorry, I'm using my PTO to play Shining Force 3.
Shining Force 3, 35 hours.
All right.
Okay. That could be a 5-parter. I'd be okay with that. Could be an 11-parter.
Be a 35-parter.
Yeah, it's just do 3 hours a week. Oh God, I'm totally down to do it because like the only Shining Force games that I have yet to play, is that because we did sort of Haja and then we did Shining Force 1 for Game Gear, didn't we?
I don't think. Yeah, we've done. I don't know if we've done the original Shining Force.
I think that we did.
I thought we've done Haja 2 and Gaiden.
Oh, maybe that is the case.
Which Gaiden was the stepping stone between 1 and 2.
And then I've got there is Shining Force CD for Sega CD, but it's really just
it's a remake.
Compilation. Yeah. So I'm down.
Well, we could wait. We can wait until we get these 2 bounties done. That way we have a month to play through it and don't have to cram it in there.
That sounds much more palatable to me because I can promise you if I have to cram it, I'm not going to enjoy it.
Until we draw Lufia from the randomizer this week.
The good news is, weirdly, there are a lot more sports games than RPGs left for us to cover.
That's true. The only RPG that I'm looking forward to is Lufia 1.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to like some of the first-person dungeon crawlers that we got, but I mean, it's not like I'm going to finish them,
Yeah.
Nor do I feel compelled to finish them like I do like a traditional JRPG.
We shouldn't. Yeah, we should know.
So,
people who paid full retail price didn't feel compelled to finish them, much less.
Come on, those games are good enough to port.
They are.
They were good enough to port. They sold well enough.
So was Wild Snake and.
I bought Wild Snake. Thank you very much. I liked it so much.
Wild Snake was all right.
It was all right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Second
best puzzle game made by an Alexi.
I agree. Well, do you hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like a bunch of snakes writhing around, trying to figure out whether they're going to play Shining Force 1 or they're going to play Shining Force CD or if they're going to play Shining Force 3. Are you speaking parcel tongue? Is that what it's called? Why is it parcel tongue?
Parcel tongue.
Why is the tongue delivering packages or what? What is that? It?
Snake is nature's mailman.
Like from Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah. That's how he delivers the pain.
Silently.
Yeah. He's like every UPS driver who doesn't knock on your door, but somehow he was there and you missed him and there's just a sticker there now.
He's like the UPS driver that scared the fuck out of me this week when I was like leaving the house from lunch to go back to work. I get in my car and a strange white panel van backs into my driveway. Like I can't back out of my driveway because this van is backing into my driveway. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh man, time to whoop some ass.
Yeah, time to hide in my car and lock the doors. It's gonna be like Cujo, but like whatever comes out of that van is gonna be
time
the
to kick some ass and chew gum. Man, I got so much gum to chew though. Man, I'll sit in my car and chew this gum.
It's time to honk my horn and yell for my big neighbor.
I need an adult.
Terry! Get him, Terry!
He's gonna get our mowers.
So it like the van backed up, and then like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Does he know I'm in the car? So I open the door, and then the door to the van opens up, and it's a dude in a UPS t-shirt, and I'm like, oh, are UPS?
Good disguise, rapist. You guys are getting clever by the second.
Yeah, I'm squirting lube in my hands. Yeah. You think you're gonna get me, huh?
Yeah. I'm ready for it. It's gonna hurt at all. I know your plan.
I'm just not used to seeing UPS show up in a white panel van.
That's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Of course, I hear that sound of writhing snakes trying to figure out which Shining Force game that they're gonna play. Which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about Final Fight 3 and Final Fight Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we can are you cool to just focus on Final Fight 3? And then at the very end, we're like, Final Fight Guy is Final Fight, but with Guy in it?
That's what I was going to start with, actually.
Okay, fine, let's do that. I'm not going to read the Wikipedia entry for Final Fight Guy. I'll just let you do it.
Okay.
Off the top of your head.
Well, Final Fight Guy. Okay, so Final Fight, IGN's 100th best game for the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Starring Hagar and Cody.
Yes.
Port of Final Fight.
Yes, the arcade game, Final Fight.
Just one player, Hagar and Cody versus the Mad Gear game.
Hagar or Cody.
Hagar or Cody, right. So Final Fight Guy, she fucking boot Cody the hell out. You got Guy now. All the exact same shit.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Exactly the same, but Guy instead of Cody. But it was a Blockbuster exclusive.
It was a Blockbuster exclusive.
Because this would be no... And then they had to have known it's absolutely just a one-time rental for someone who has nothing else to play. Like, it came.
It
frustrates me.
It frustrates me too. The Fresh Maker.
Only fresh.
Final Fight Guy. God damn, I can't say that word.
It's Fresh Mates
What
now.
Fresh Mates me?
That's what it is.
What Fresh Mates me is that, like the other night I couldn't say Usurper Grim. I kept saying, like, the first time it came out, like, Usurper Grim. It's like that just stuck the whole night because it's like, that's your name now. Final Fight Guy, what frustrates me is that it came out in 1994. Final Fight, the Elder, came out like in 1991. So they had 3 years to make Final Fight Guy have all 3 characters.
Into what Final Fight 1 should have been.
Right, exactly. Yep. Have all 3 characters and have 2-player
co-op. The extra stage, 2-player co-op, they could have done it.
I feel like they had the technology.
Yep.
But they did not do that.
Final Fight 3 is the thing, so yeah, clearly they can do it.
Final Fight 3 came out like a year later. So, and Final Fight 2 had co-op. So it's like, all right, and Final Fight 2 came out in 1993. Technology exists. It's possible.
Yep.
You're no longer rushing to put a game out for the launch of a console, Capcom. You could have done this. They didn't do it.
It's fucking bullshit.
It is fucking bullshit. And you know what else is fucking bullshit about it? Tyler?
How expensive it is?
How much do you think Final Fight Guy loose, on average, for the Super Nintendo at the time of this recording is?
$200.
Well, you answered that way faster than I thought you were gonna. I don't exactly have that information in front of me right now.
Throw your phone. I don't know. This is just for show.
This isn't even a real phone. That's someone 3D printed it. I bought it for $3.
This is soap I took out of my parents' bathroom.
I just, sometimes I like to talk to myself and I just hold it and people don't look at me weird when I hold it. All right.
Like how I used to, anytime I used to see somebody on campus at Murray State, I didn't want to talk to him. I'd pull up my phone and act like I was texting.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Miller's girlfriend at the time caught onto that real quick.
Oh, really?
She immediately texted Miller. Todd clearly didn't want to talk to me because he saw me and then pulled out his phone and ignored me.
Oh, at least she didn't say he's pretending to text somebody. How much did you say Final Fight Guy? I freaked out.
$200. Tyler,
actual retail value of Final Fight Guy loose for the Super Nintendo on average, according to PriceCharting.com via the Game Eye app at the time of this recording, is $279. That's going to be a tough pill for me to swallow when I'm trying to finish this collection.
Oh, my God.
You can get a new copy for a cool $1,894.
Best, I don't even know how that could exist.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got the Blockbuster case. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can also, there is a Super Famicom version that is not that expensive. So there is that.
All right.
But yeah, Final Fight Guy. I like Guy better than Cody.
Yep.
So there is that.
Yeah.
If they came out at the same time, if they had the same release date, I would say Final Fight Guy is the better game, but only because I like Guy better than Cody.
Yeah. Either way, you're being Hagar.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. You're being Hagar.
But Final Fight 3.
Final Fight
You
3.
gonna read the Wikipedia for Final Fight? Or Final Fight 3.
Yes. Or Final Fight 6 in Japan, as it's done in Japan. But we all know that Final Fight
Pretty
4
good.
was the best in the
best Final
series. All right, Final Fight 3.
Some people like the job system in Final Fight 5.
Dude, don't do that to me. Now I want a job. I love Final Fight. Now I love job systems. Now I want a job system in Final Fight. Why is there not a job system in a beat 'em up? Why does that not exist? You gotta like punch 5 guys named Johnny, and then you can level up your alchemist.
Five Guys is a whole different game. Final Fight 5 Guys.
5 guys is a fast food beat 'em up. Where their fries are overrated.
Yep.
I said it.
I didn't know this. Typically, when frying French fries, you double fry fries.
Okay.
Five Guys only fries them once.
5 times.
Five times.
One guy does it.
It's a sack of candles.
There's 5 guys stations, right? There's one guy at each station. There's 5 stations, and they're like, let's fucking fry these motherfuckers.
They all have pock marks all over them where they throw the hot grease just from one thing to the other.
They're like the beavers.
Hope you like your fucking fries.
They're like the beavers in Rocco's Modern Life, just overly cautious and aggressive at the same time with their fries. Final Fight 3, released in Japan as Final Fight Tough. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up by Capcom, originally released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1995. It is the second sequel to Final Fight, released for the Super NES, following Final Fight 2, also known as Final Fight 4 in Japan. And like its predecessor, it was produced by Capcom's consumer division with no preceding arcade version released. And then I figured that we'd probably just talk about the game.
I want to get this out here right now. Say it right now.
Okay.
What I believe.
Okay. What's in your heart?
Final Fight should not be on IGN's top 100 Super Nintendo games.
All right, so we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Word, I agree.
Final Fight 3 should be the one that's on the list.
Final Fight 3.
Higher than 100 and on the list.
Dude, Final Fight 3, since we haven't talked about the game yet,
Nope.
Here's my statement.
Yep.
And I mean this with all my fucking heart. Final Fight 3 so far is the best beat 'em up that I have played on the Super Nintendo, period. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Can we
Yeah,
do this?
yeah.
I want you to tell me which is better. Final Fight 3
Okay.
or these other beat 'em ups that were on IGN's top 100.
Okay.
Shall we begin?
Yep.
What Tyler, which game is better? Final Fight 3 or Maximum Carnage?
Final Fight 3.
Okay. Tyler, which is better? Final Fight 3 or Final Fight? We've already covered that. Final Fight 3 or Super Double Dragon?
Oh, we didn't like Super Double Dragon. I think we loved Neon, and then
'Cause
tried
Neon
playing
spoiled
3.
us.
It was like, what the fuck is this?
Totally.
Final Fight 3.
Tyler, which is better? Final Fight 3 or The Death and Return of Superman?
Final Fight 3.
Okay, now here is the tough one, and I think this might be the one that divides us, potentially.
Okay.
It's the last one on the list, and it is probably I think it's the highest rated, the best rated beat 'em up game on IGN's list.
Sunset Riders.
I almost included Sunset Riders, but because it's almost a beat 'em up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Shoot 'em up.
It's so close. But I feel like it's different enough that it doesn't exactly fit in. Final Fight 3 or Turtles in Time?
Turtles in Time.
See, I go Final Fight 3, but that's just because I think that
I've played Turtles in Time too much to stay objective because I'm so sick of it. But I still think
but that doesn't make sense.
it doesn't. But I still think I have to try to distance myself from being sick of it.
Okay.
Like, there's a reason I played it till I was sick of it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I understand the point now. And I agree. I think Turtles in Time is like a really, really fun game. But I do think that Turtles in Time gets boring faster than Final Fight 3 gets.
There's a lot more variety in Final Fight.
Final Fight 3 is a very good beat 'em up for the system. And I know like people are going to be, and I love beat 'em ups. So, and I know people are out there going to be like, Streets of Rage, bro. And it's like, I get it. Streets of Rage 2 is real. It's like, that's a really fucking great game. But it's on the Genesis. I'm specifically talking about Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Final Fight 3 has 4 playable characters.
Yep.
It has 2-player co-op. It has a mode where you can select the computer to play as the second player along with you.
That's
this
awesome.
is my single child fucking dream come true. If I had this game when I was a kid, I would like... I mean, I wish I had this game when I was a kid.
You have to play through it 16 different ways, so you play through it with every character, with every support character.
Absolutely. It has branching paths. You can like exit one stage several different ways, and that affects the ending that you get. There are super moves.
That I did not know.
There's a super meter. There are front dashes, back dashes, jump dashes, dash attacks.
Being able to run is a big deal in this game.
Final Fight for the first time is not a slow beat 'em up because I love Final Fight 1 for the arcade. I love Final Fight, but it is by all accounts a slow game.
Yep.
It's like a genre defining game, so it's not refined yet. And it's like, I know that some people like the big, bulky, slow beat 'em ups, but to me, I like the ones where you can move fast and you have movement and fluidity.
It makes me think IGN didn't do their fucking research or didn't care to make Final Fight 1 and not 2 or 3.
Because I still think
2 is good too.
2 if we're looking at just it being the Super Nintendo versions, 2 is way better than 1.
Yep.
I get it. If you look at the arcade game, Final Fight, super important game, and that's probably why they included it on the list. But I mean, Jesus, the port is not good enough to be on the list.
Yep.
Final Fight 3, I loved this game. I thought it was really, really good. I was so pleasantly surprised. This is absolutely I guess you would call it a
hidden gem.
hidden gem.
Yeah.
Because this is also not a game that I hear about frequently.
Not at all. Not at all. I've heard more about Final Fight Guy than I have this game.
And I think it's because Final Fight Guy is so ungodly expensive that it's like just garners attention, right? I want to buy Final Fight 3. So
I heard it's kind of pricey too, isn't it?
Tyler,
Uh-huh.
how much do you think Final Fight 3 is loose for the Super Nintendo?
$85.
All right, let me pull up my fake phone again. You got it. You answered once again. You answered so goddamn quick.
Thinking a lot about it.
Once again, I do not remember your answer because
$85.
$85. Tyler, actual retail value of Final Fight 3 loose for the Super Nintendo on price charting on average at the time of this recording is $105. It is not worth $105. Like the game itself is not worth $105, but I want to own this fucking game because I feel like it is like it. We haven't played all the beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo yet.
No.
But like it is gonna be.
Will we get a better
hard.
one? No.
We might. We might.
No.
We might. We might.
We're gonna switch pessimist and optimist roles on this one.
We might. Hold on. We got. Well, there's hope. We might. We might. I don't know. So far, this is absolutely the best. The best beat 'em up on the system, hands down.
It even has a little bit of story, like the cutscenes where you get some story into it. And I wish there were more bosses. There aren't a whole lot of bosses. You kind of just end some stages.
There's really only 6 stages. There is a boss at the end of each stage, and then some of the branching paths will have different bosses, which is neat.
I think you can beat it at only 3 bosses.
Oh, really? See, okay, I didn't know that.
Because I mean, I played it, then I watched a speed run. I want to know, what does this game look like with a speed run?
And I think the speedrun time on it is like just shy over 20 minutes.
17 minutes was the one.
Wow.
Well, it was a task.
Co-op?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a tool assisted.
Oh, tool assisted.
Solo run.
Okay.
Of Guy, where they beat it in 17 minutes and 6 seconds.
They blend and you talking about Guy just reminds me, because it's like, oh yeah, Guy was in Street Fighter Alpha. This game does a really good job of blending a fighting game and a beat 'em up, because it's because of the super meter, and because you can perform super moves that are dependent on your input. I didn't figure out how to do it because I didn't really read the manual.
I have no idea how to do it. I didn't know there were branching paths. I just kind of played.
Yeah. Well, I went into this expecting not much. And that might be why I don't know. Fuck it. It's not why I'm so enamored with it. I really honestly think that this is a good fucking beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And just being pleasantly surprised on top of that.
And that it doesn't get any credit. It's really weird. It's weird that I don't hear more about this game.
Well, okay. So the game, when it released, did not review well at all. It was met with very, very poor reviews, and it's because it came out in 1995, and it's because it didn't do a whole lot that was different outside of gameplay. Because I think the gameplay is kind of different, but it's game reviewers are looking at this and they're comparing it to the Streets of Rage series. I mean, they're comparing it to other games that are not on the Super Nintendo, the wider scope, which that's a games journalist job. I get it. Also, it's 1995.
I'm pretty sure it's also to take bribes from publishers. Pretty sure.
Are you saying that Capcom did not?
That's why
come up?
Any Game Informer, if it's between 95 and a 9.5 and a 10, I know it's a bullshit review.
Yeah.
If it's an 8.5, okay, that's a legitimately good game that they didn't buy the review for. Because it's obvious. It's fucking obvious when a publisher fucking buys the review.
Let's see. I was silent there because I'm trying to find, the scores. I want to read the scores to you. It was not received well. The average score of Final Fight 3 from EGM was 5.6 out of 10. Game Fan, the average score 66.33 repeating percent. Superplay 49%. There's even a recent Top Hat Gaming Man YouTube video where he shits on it, and it's but he's also comparing it to beat 'em ups that are on different systems. So I guess that's kind of where my viewpoint is different, because we've been in Super Nintendo land for so fucking long that it's this game was an absolute fucking breath of fresh air, because it was I was excited to play it because I love beat 'em ups and I love Final Fight, but I did not expect it to be this fun.
Yeah, I don't remember growing up very many kids that had both consoles.
No.
So why review a game for one console and compare it to the other? Most people don't have both. Compare to what you can play. That is a shitty oversight on the past game reviewers for doing that. Fuck that.
I agree. I mean, I think that I think the music in this game is fantastic. I think the sounds are a little weak. I think the sound effects are kind of weak compared to Final Fight 1.
Final Fight 1 had satisfying that heavy sound effect. So
this game has a painted window of a hot dog sweating mustard and the word foot in all capital letters, and then the number 1 with a $sign after it. I feel that is probably the best advertising in a game I've seen since Pac-Man 2, with the guy eating the giant hamburger.
So we should do a collective shirt of our favorite food art. So I will have I'll eat at the SNES Cafe, then have all of our favorite food art on a shirt.
Well, let's go to the sign museum. Let's get some signs made up, man. I would totally, dude, for real. Like, fuck, man. Maybe I'll do that. I would, just for me, just to have a sign in my office where I stream of that hot dog sweating mustard with the foot in all caps, the number $1 sign.
All neon. Our menus at the SNES Cafe. I'll have the what's the Mike Hagar special? That's a hamburger with curried rice.
Right.
Can I get a cheese on it? I have to take off, put on Mike Hagar's robe, and punch that person in the face.
Please expand, please, on the food, because like last night when I was streaming
I love it whenever I have what their favorite food is in a game.
Yeah, because each character
that
has
and their
a bio.
blood type, I think, is always interesting to see, but especially their food. They all have, different. Because of course, Mike Hagar's is a hamburger and curried rice.
I'm so glad you remember these.
Guy's was rice soaked in tea, and I forget what the other one was. And then what Dean's was beef kebabs.
Yeah.
And the girls was
Lucia.
Hers was instant noodles.
Instant noodles.
Yeah.
And her hobby, because they also list their hobbies. Her hobby is cooking. Parenthetical phrase, very bad at cooking.
Just like Guy's hobby was ninjutsu. All right, Rock Lee. All right.
Well, I mean, like...
Although Rock would be taijutsu because he can perform ninjutsu, so...
I'm glad that you clarified. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because Donnie went, bullshit! I could hear it from here. I could hear it 2 days in the past from when he screamed it.
You want another reason to play this
I'm
game?
just kidding. Paul screamed that, not Donnie.
Here's another reason to play this game. It has a button in it called the Extra Joy button. It's a button in the game.
All right. It's a placeholder for the Be Wolverine button.
I mean, it's proto Be Wolverine button. It's the Mega Crush button. I don't know why the fuck they call it Extra Joy, but Jesus Christ. Capcom in this era is like a delight for me. Like Capcom NES, SNES era is just like, all right, this is, this isn't going to be bad.
We're having fun. We're not crushed by corporate overlords making us to push profits further and further and further. Right now, it's just fun.
Yeah, right now, video games aren't like huge.
It's not like oppressive slave labor, where they burn people out on single games, working them like 100 hours a week.
But the Extra Joy button, when you press it, does the Mega Crush, which is like the move where if you press jump and punch at the same time, you do that special move that depletes a little bit of your life if you hit. I just love that it's called Extra Joy.
The speed run constantly did. Guy was dashing the whole time and would do this sliding combo over and over, and he would juggle bosses with it. Just slide into them, combo, till they were almost dead, and then special. Dead.
I want to check out that tool-assisted speedrun.
It was pretty good.
Because I haven't watched a speedrun. I just looked up on speedrun.com because I was like, I like this game enough, or maybe I could speedrun it. Nope. No, I don't think I do that.
Although this game does have one huge glaring flaw that I cannot get over.
All right, let's talk about because there are bad things in this game for sure.
This is the worst thing.
Okay, what is the worst
absolute
thing?
worst thing? Mike Hagar's ponytail. Rat tail. It's between a ponytail and a rat tail.
It's like
a cat tail. Mike Hagar's cat tail.
He's the world's oldest Padawan, essentially.
It is. It's awful. It's a ponytail down to his fucking ass. He looks like normal Mike Hagar, but they have just like...
No, he does not. His face does, but he looks like Mike Hagar if he got like an indoor football league contract because he's wearing suspenders, but they're also a leotard.
I'm older. My knees are kind of bad. Oh, my shin's getting hurt. So I got shin guards on.
He is like, this is Mike Hagar at like peak midlife crisis. Like he does not know what to do anymore.
He should have like the weight belt on. Have you seen these guys I'm going to have to suplex? They're pretty heavy. I'm going to throw my back out.
He's peaked in his political career. He's defeated the Mad Gear Gang twice, and now he's ready to take on the
Skull Cross
gang? Yeah. And he is dressed to embarrass Jessica, his daughter.
because I just couldn't get over just that fucking ponytail and all the cut scenes. Like, it's just, man, it's fucking awful. Like, no mayor's gonna have that. No mayor.
I don't know, man.
That's like next year we see like Rudy Giuliani comes back out 2021, rat tail down to the crack of his ass.
Please, God. Please, God. I mean, I don't want to,
He got a job at 4 Seasons Total Landscaping and grew a rat tail.
That does seem like a good match. Okay, so Mike Hagar.
Call me Rudy Giuliani, baby. Got this rat tail now.
He is a ghoul from Fallout. Is that a character that anyone has made? Rudy Giuliani? I know someone's made Julia Gulia. Someone has to have. So Mike Hagar in this game, like rat tail, mullet, ponytail hybrid aside, like
I guess it is a rat tail because his hair is short except for right at the very bottom. Then it's I guess it is a rat tail.
Is that the definition?
Because it's not. It's just like it looks like it's
So
the
thick.
bottom, but it's very thick.
So thick. We're in a loop.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up rat tail.
Okay.
Or, hey, Siri, what's a rat tail? She's not going to know. She wasn't even
Just
born.
Facebook Shane and ask the first one that comes up.
Rat tail hairstyle. Actually, I have a Shane in my address book.
We
could
probably call him, yeah. I guarantee you Shane's going to know.
Rat tail hairstyle. Yeah, Mike, I'm just looking at photos. Like, this is his hairstyle.
Yep.
It's a rat tail. You're 100% correct. At least it's not braided.
Yeah, yeah. Not the kind that gets you the adamant ore in Final Fantasy IV. It's
Excuse me, I have to fight Bahamut to get Mike Hagar's hair. A rat tail is a hairstyle that is characterized by a long tail-like element of hair.
tail-like element
of hair growing down. Where on the periodic chart of elements is tail?
Rat-like.
Is that
There's rat-like, cat-like, horse-like.
Rat-like, right next to noble gases.
It's beside the 5 noble gases or the 5 gross tails.
4 of those 5 are just deviant art tails from Sonic 2, and the other is a rat tail hairstyle. The rat tail usually hangs naturally. However, it can be braided, treated as a dread. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one. Permed, straightened, poofed, or curled with an iron.
Poofed. Give me a poofed rat tail.
One poofed rat tail, please. So, Mike Hagar, rat tail aside, he is enormous in this game, and I love it.
Yeah.
Because the enemies, like, compared to him, the enemies are fucking children. And he's just picking them up and slamming them on the ground, suplexing them. He is a fucking...
demigod.
He is a fucking monster. And then, like, Dean, one of the new characters, you find out he was approached by the gang to join, and he refused, and then they, like, killed his wife and kids. So he's, like, Punisher, kind of. But, like, he has electrical punches. Like, that's his thing. Like, and...
Electro Dean.
Electro Dean, yeah. Like, it's like Howard Dean. When he goes, yeah! And his fists turn into electricity.
There has to be a GIF where he does that and turns into a Super Saiyan. I just hope there is.
Yeah, if there's not, then someone, the GIF makers out there, get on it. Get on that super stale meme.
Yeah, combine these two needed elements in 2020.
Dean is also a large man, so it is fun to like play as Dean and Hagar because you're like
take up half the screen.
Yeah, you're like adults at a daycare, just like Dean's picking people up, breaking them over his knee.
2 flesh golems just trolling around.
It's the monster of Frankenstein and the monster of Frankenstein 2. And then they Lucia, who is a special force police officer. who works for the city of Metro City, and she is clearly in her off-duty attire because she is wearing Daisy Dukes and
that's probably standard issue for Metro City.
yeah, Daisy Dukes and like just
you see the Eddie the cop boss, didn't he have like a crop top on or some shit?
I think he was just a little too big for his uniform.
I like to think that now they gotta see your abs, how you instill fear in the Mad Gear Gang.
Well, Eddie was a leather daddy. I mean, so you know, and also
we're the peacocks. We show off our ab plumage. You know, you cut that shirt down. Just peacocking around town.
You know, our plabs.
Showing off my ass, my plabs.
And then there's Guy, of course, returning, fresh off his tournament fighting and his street fighting in Street Fighter Alpha.
What happened? Ryu beat my ass. I'm back.
Yeah, but we were rivals for like a hot minute, and then he is the most powerful warrior.
And then I saw Akuma like eat his soul. So yeah, I'm back. I'm back in Metro City, baby.
Let's punch little guys named Johnny. All right, it'll be fun.
Let's punch the fat guy named Arby. Fat Jack and Arby.
Jack and Arby. Yes, real characters in the game.
They could also be our new nicknames. Play video games with Fat. I'm clearly Fat Jack. You know that. Fat Jack and Arby.
There is. I'm glad you brought up Eddie because from Final Fight 1 because there's a new cop on the beat in this game named Dave. I love that you're Fat Jack and I'm Arby. I'm not Dave.
You're not Dave. Yeah. You're not crop top cop. You're not cop top. You're not...
Oh, fuck. I don't want to be cop bottom.
That's John Turley stuff.
Not after UBS. And then you've got, dude, the boss that I remember the most, aside from the end boss, Black, who is essentially if Rolento and M. Bison had a baby and then put it in like a time machine, that is like he flexes and his shirt disintegrates. That's a nasty boss fight because like he gets to a point where it's like you're fighting him and he's got this like spin move wake up, so it's like you can't like stand over him and just punish him. I don't know how Tass handled it. I'm curious to see.
I just bum rushed him until he was dead.
Yeah.
Until like they killed him on one side of the screen and then he slowly dies across the screen and flies off into the
into the electrical box. Yeah. I love that that's how he dies, especially because Dean is hitting him with electrical fists, but the electrical box is what kills him. That's what electrocutes him.
Electric resistance, baby.
He throws knives when you get him real low on health, and you know he's a badass because his knives have HP bars.
They're Roger Rabbit knives. They've got health.
Yes. And then there's also the boss that I hated the most was Stray. Not to be confused with the summon from Final Fantasy VI.
The cat with gloves on who does a sparkle dance.
Stray, who is wearing kind of gloves. He's wearing these giant blue, like, brass knuckles. And he is a motherfucker because, like, he'll punch you.
You interrupt him fucking his mother. It's terrible.
He punches through carbuncle and takes half your health. Like, for real, that is a thing that he does.
Yeah.
Like, he'll do a punch that hits you 3 times, and it's like, oh shit, half my health is gone.
Yep.
So yeah, he's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Get what, Drake the sailor? Drake the sailor man?
Drake, yeah, Bluto.
If Bluto and Popeye did the fusion dance, you get Drake.
And then there's another boss. This is where the show takes a steep decline.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We've covered the memorable ones.
Yeah,
surely.
That's fine.
Surely. I think this game is pretty easy.
Yeah. I think you're meant to kind of play through with all 4
multiple
characters
times,
multiple times, go take the different paths. Like, I can see why it's not as difficult as the others.
Yeah.
Of course, there's like, the throwing combo to move them to the other side of the screen. You've got plenty of reach so you don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of quality of life mechanics in Final Fight 3.
I loved it. Like, for real. I thought it was like a really, really well done game. And I think it's a shame that it really didn't get the reviews that I feel like it fucking deserved.
No.
Especially on the system. This is, like I said a million times, this is the best beat 'em up on the system that I've played so far. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's definitely getting there.
Not perfect.
I mean, it's definitely not perfect or blurfect. The bonus stages suck. It's not all. It's not all.
Fight the steamroller on the dock.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
Just the guy just sitting there. I'm just going forward. Just going ahead, pushing you off the end of this dock, right in that water. You're gonna be all wet and pissed off. You're gonna look so dumb for the Skull Cross gang.
It is like a Mario Party segment in the middle of a Final Fight game.
Like 3 players controlling the steamroller, and one has to get out of the way.
And then that's kind of like a callback to you fight a bulldozer in Streets of Rage. I can't remember which one, but there's a bulldozer fight. And then there's like Street Fighter callbacks because it's like there's another bonus stage where you got to break barrels. Classic barrel breaking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The bonus stages aside, I thought this was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Recommend.
Yep.
Big old bag of recommend for me.
A fan of beat 'em ups, you need to play this. Do you have any achievements?
I've got a few achievements that came in from Twitch chat. Thank you for everybody who submitted one. These are my 3 favorite ones. There were a bunch. First one comes in from Dirtbag Keith. I'm thinking Arby's.
Yeah.
In order to unlock I'm thinking Arby's, realize that the restaurant is actually pretty good. And this minion is the only Arby that deserves to get beaten up.
Yeah.
I need to go. I haven't had Arby's in a minute, and I need to go to Arby's because
Arby's is good.
Henry
I like Arby's.
loves curly fries. That's how I always convince him. We're getting Hardee's. Curly fries. Remember the curly fries. I'm gonna get the chicken I like. You're gonna get the curly fries you like. So yeah, I need Arby's. Please God, do they still have curls?
The Arby's? Yeah.
Good. Okay.
You can get regular fries now, which makes me happy.
Okay.
You get crinkle cut fries.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I gotta get my ass to Arby's.
Find $1 for every time we've said that on this show.
Next achievement comes in from Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a Dean. In order to unlock Frankly, my dear, I don't give a Dean, accidentally tag in Dean with the second controller. Which this is another minor complaint that I have about the game. If you are playing in 2-player mode and having the second player controlled by the computer, when that second player loses all its lives, they're gone, essentially. You can press start on the second controller, but now all of a sudden you have the game is like, oh, you got a human. Cool. You don't need a computer. You got a human.
Yeah.
So there is that. I do wish there was a way where you could continue for the computer player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also thought it's neat that in the options you can change the power of your companion, the computer-controlled companion. You can do like weak, medium, or strong. So I think that's kind of there's like customization in there.
It's like an onion. It's got layers.
Layers.
It's like a parfait.
Last achievement I've got comes in from Postmaster General Damian Ramos, and that is Stanky Leg. In order to unlock Stanky Leg, stand still as Lucia because her stance is so damn funky. I just like saying Stanky Leg.
Stanky leg.
Tyler, did you have any achievements for this game?
I've got one. That is Drop Dead Fred. You unlock Drop Dead Fred by beating it with a computer imaginary friend co-op player.
Okay. I like it. I haven't seen Drop Dead Fred in like a very long time. It's the original Fight Club. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fred's the original Tyler Durden. You're right.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I have some questions for you.
Yes.
We've already agreed that this belongs on TADPOG's top 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give this the PS5 controller-shaped mustache of one Hulk Hogan.
I like it. Yeah. I like it, brother.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother.
Why?
Gotta defend Metro City, brother.
Is it because Mike Hagar filmed that weirdly racist pornographic home video and then gave it to zombies and then they put it in your sleeping bag in Melissa's dream?
Yep. Exactly. Get out of my head, man. Quit reading the mod.
Were they zombies or they were like all like Freddy Kruegers?
Same thing.
All right. Watch the porn, bitch. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the shades of one Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Okay.
He is a enormously muscular wrestler who wears sunglasses and a chainmail coif.
Oh, really? I think I've seen photographs of this
guy. He is so just pumped, full Bane style, full of steroids that he will just fucking lose it and beats up fans.
Really? This happened?
Yeah.
Was that real?
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
No, not a bit. Like he got sued and like all sorts of shit.
It wasn't a kayfabe. Did I do good?
Brooks Arnold appreciates. Brooks Arnold like that.
All right. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
We did all the questions already, I think. I usually have like a whole bunch of questions.
We got any more from Ross?
We got some questions from Ross. I just not sure that I want to get off of this Final Fight 3 train yet.
Okay.
I feel like I just kind of want to ride it, baby.
All right.
It did.
That Final Fight train.
It did turn me on to something I hadn't heard of before.
I kept accepting to be able to choose skate. And I remember that's a different 3.
This isn't Charles Barkley, Shut Up and Jam guided. This did turn me on. Because of this game, I found out, and because of the research I did on this game, I found out about a fan-made game called Final Fight LNS. Have you heard of it?
No.
It looks fucking awesome. It is built on the backs of an older fan-made beat 'em up, but it's like it takes a whole bunch of art assets from different Capcom beat 'em ups and then and fighting games and then kind of mashes them in together. There are 69 characters that you can play as. Nice. But you have to unlock them. Your fighters level up as you play. So like there's incentive to play more and more. It starts out like fucking pretty like basic, like, okay, it's the first stage from Final Fight. And then like it escalates from there to where like you're fighting the aliens from Aliens versus Predator, and then it like keeps going, and like you can play as the dude from Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Like,
okay,
it's like it is like this deep dive. I haven't played it yet, but it looks fucking amazing. I really want to play it. I was looking it up today before I came over here, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I gotta get on this because like this is right up my alley."
Yeah,
and it's like it's all about like. It's like waves of enemies because it doesn't have the limitations that like these old beat 'em ups had. So it's like a lot of the playthrough I watched was Ryu like using like fucking hurricane kicks to like just destroy like waves of enemies. It looked really, really fucking cool.
Okay. That makes me remember Final Fighting Fantasy on like E-Bombs World or Newgrounds way back in the day. Because it started out as like a goof of like, what are the Final Fantasy characters fight each other? Who would win? And then it took a really dark, gritty turn to like them all having to team up against Kane, who's trying to destroy all of the swords that link all the Final Fantasies together to undo the universe.
Best Final Fantasy sword. What is?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Favorite name?
Best.
Best.
But I'm also curious what your favorite name is.
Save the Queen from Tactics.
Okay. Not Excalibur.
Excalibur. The Excalibur from Tactics is also fucking amazing. At My Weapon.
At My Weapon, yeah, dude.
At My Weapon's pretty amazing.
At My Weapon's
but
awesome.
if you get, if you get low enough in health, it fucking sucks.
Sure.
The Illumina is fucking badass, but
AKA the lightsaber.
you run out of MP, and then it kind of sucks because it uses MP to do constant critical hits.
Imp Spear?
M Spear. So I'm trying to think. A lot of my favorite weapons, oddly enough, are in Tactics. Like I love the Whale Whisker.
That makes sense
the big
because
two-headed spear.
You're a big Tactics fan.
Mm-hmm. Shit, man, it's hard. There's so many fucking good Final Fantasies.
But we can all agree that the best special item in Final Fantasy is the rat tail.
The rat tail, yeah, or the spoon.
Yeah, the spoon's also pretty good.
Most powerful thrown weapon in the game.
Yes.
Hit Zermus for all nines.
I do have some questions that came in from our dear Ross Rachel Green from across the pond.
Love it.
Would you like to take that quiz?
I would.
All right. The title of this quiz is Final Fight. Ross Begins. I have a job interview tomorrow. That's like Batman Begins, but for Ross. Ross Begins. It's like his origin story.
I like to see a good Ross origin story. He falls down and scrapes his knee up to help the guy push his car and turns to evil. The Ross origin story.
Turns to evil?
It's got to turn to evil.
He doesn't become like a mechanic or something? An evil mechanic.
Or them not repairing his roof over all this time will eventually make him evil.
Ross Begins. I have a job interview tomorrow, but I am torn.
I'm sorry, Natalie Imbruglia.
Thank you. The job in question is for a lecturer at the Islands University. It's not really any better paid than my job, but it's no closer to home, but the prospects for progression are pretty good. My current job is dealing with a boring system that contains some fascinating information, and I love the people I work with, but there's basically nowhere I can progress to, and any pay rises will just be in line with inflation. I realize that in this climate of job insecurity, massive layoffs, and people struggling to pay bills, this is a fairly selfish thing to worry about. But at the same time, it's the only exciting thing happening to me. I don't think it's selfish at all. You gotta
grow, Ross.
Yeah. I get it. I'm also in a situation where it's like, well, no real way for me to grow here, but one way, and it's like, I'm not sure I want to grow that way. So I get it. I get it. Although saying that I have an inspection for my gun license and I have bought a rifle I will be collecting on Wednesday, so that's something. What are the gun laws like over there in the Man of Isle?
I best say probably pretty strict.
I would think so, right? Like a hunting only kind of thing, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, please, they don't want them to rise up against all the sheep. Anyway, please enjoy this quiz where the first letters of each game spell out Final Fight. They are all SNES games for clarification. Tyler, would you like to begin?
I would.
Also, I want to say that this quiz came in to me super late today, which is not a criticism of Ross's quiz making or quiz crafting ability. It is just to tell Ross directly on this show right now publicly that I look forward to his quizzes so much that I was legitimately concerned for Ross's well-being because we had not received one yet.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Melissa.
my dear. Ross, take that lecture job.
Yeah, I'd say do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I say do it.
You don't want to be a one evolution Pokemon. You gotta keep going.
It sounds like, yeah, it's the way to go. If you want to take the advice of two podcasters.
Yeah.
Tyler, you ready to begin?
I'm ready to begin.
First question This F I can find basically no information for, but clementine is one of these.
Forange.
A fruit? A fruit orange?
Fruit.
My dog's name is Clementine, but probably not that one. There's the Clementine from The Walking Dead.
Clementine, yeah. Clementine is one of these.
And that's all a tiny orange, right?
Yeah. I feel like you're right with fruit.
Clementine is capitalized.
Okay.
So do you capitalize fruit? Probably not, right?
I mean,
a Clementine.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would.
Family dog.
Family dog.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Was that a thing, or was it just Rude Dog?
It was no Family Dog was
Family Dog
it was like
was a thing.
Show, yeah.
Locking it in. Family Dog. It is in fact Family Dog.
Good job,
All
damn.
Right. Whew. Next question. This I is based on a cartoon within a cartoon and stars a cat and mouse duo. What's the Itchy and Scratchy game? What's the title of that one?
They just have their own game?
They gotta. It has to be Itchy and Scratchy because it's a cartoon inside a cartoon. And it starts with I. They have to have their own game, right?
They probably do, but I can't think. I just know they have the part in Bart's Nightmare where you play, but
maybe it's not Itchy and Scratchy. This I is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. This
Gotta
I
be
is
Itchy.
based on a cartoon within a cartoon and stars a cat and mouse duo. Can't be Tom and Jerry. And plus, I don't think there was a Tom and Jerry inside Tom and Jerry.
no, it
been
may gotta be
pretty
Itchy
sweet,
and Scratchy.
though.
Maybe there is an Itchy and Scratchy game. I just say Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy and
That's good
Scratchy's
enough.
big day out. Locking it in. Itchy and Scratchy game. The Itchy and Scratchy game.
Yeah, we got it. Good enough.
They didn't even try to name that fucking
No,
game. What should we name it?
Itchy and Scratchy
Itchy and
game.
Scratchy game?
What you call this podcast? Tyler and Dave play old games. I don't know.
More went into naming this podcast than naming the Itchy and Scratchy game. Next question. You essentially named the podcast at a Chinese restaurant. I guarantee you that didn't happen for the Itchy and Scratchy game. This N is unfortunately not based on a recent television series where athletic people run obstacle courses to prove they are super fit. Nickelodeon Guts?
There you go. Was it Ninja Warrior?
Nickelodeon's
Guts.
American Gladiators. Locking it in. It is
North American Gladiators.
It is Ninja Warriors.
Is it really?
It is really Ninja Warriors. It is Ninja Warriors. I'm so sorry, Tyler. I thought for sure it was Nickelodeon
I would have
Guts.
thought so too.
But I guess that's also not a recent television series.
No, yeah, okay.
It still airs on that Nick game
Gas.
show. Thank you, Gas. Fuck. All right. Also, I guess those kids weren't particularly athletic. I don't know. To me, they were. I remember watching them and
What's
being like,
that fucking kid just stay in the corner trying to maneuver his raft in that big pool?
yes.
Don't put the fat kid in the raft.
Next question. This A sees the ultimate killer fighting the ultimate bounty hunter.
Aliens versus Predator.
Alien versus Predator, locking it in. It is, in fact, Alien versus Predator. I even referenced that earlier in the show, and I was struggling. I was like, Super Metroid? But that doesn't start with an A. Who is the ultimate killer, though? The skeleton from Killer Instinct?
AIDS versus
AIDS versus...
people. AIDS versus people, the perfect killing machine.
That was the best court drama I've ever watched. Next question. This L is a sequel to the game based on a Disney genocide movie. Disney genocide movie. That starts with an L, so it's not Snow White.
Oh, Disney genocide movie. Lion King.
Has to be, right? Yeah, Lion King.
Yeah.
Locking it in, Lion King. It is, in fact, motherfucker, Lemmings 2, The Tribes. You got us, Ross. That was good.
Yep.
That was well played. It's because, like, The Lion King is kind of a genocide movie. Like, if Scar was successful, I mean, that's straight up. The hyenas were Nazis, you know?
Yep.
funny ones.
Even made the imagery of them in the background. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was made to look like a Nazi rally.
Oh, yeah, totally.
These guys loved Walt.
Next question. This F is based on a cartoon where animals assist pre-humans in their daily lives. Flintstones.
Yep. Good call.
Flintstones. Locking it in. It is, in fact, Flintstones, comma, the. Next question. This I might sound like it would be a side-on run-and-gun or space shooter, but is actually a golf game that starts with an I. A golf game that starts with an I. That sounds like it might be a space shooter.
Incubus. Right.
It's an Incubus simulator, but not like, the mythical creatures like the band.
Yeah. You just go around touring like sideshow after sideshow in small towns.
This I might sound like it would be a side-on run-and-gun or space shooter, but it's actually a golf game.
I have no idea.
Igloo Assault.
There you go. Perfect.
Locking it in. It is Irem Skins Game, comma, the. I guess Irem's probably the publisher.
Yep.
Yeah. Next question. This G is a puzzle find-em-up who stars a man called Wally in the UK where he was created. This G is a puzzle find-em-up who stars a man called Wally in the UK. Is it like Wallace and Gromit or something? Probably not.
Maybe.
Where he was created. G is for Gromit.
Gromit's Wallace Puzzle Finder.
G is for Gurmit. A puzzle find-em-up. It starts with a G. Where's Waldo? But that's not the Great Waldo Search or some shit.
It's a PAL game, so we might have even gotten it.
Yeah, we might not have gotten it. But is I fit? Yeah, I don't know.
Grim Wally's Saw Simulator.
Grim Wally's Saw Simulator. Locking it in. It is, in fact, Great Waldo Hunt, comma, the. So he is Wally in the UK. All right. Next question.
Not Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo?
Not even. Wally Folly Golly.
Remember Waldo from Family Matters? Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo?
I do now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how long it's been since I've watched Family Matters?
Too long? Yeah.
I've watched
Not since Judy went upstairs and disappeared to do porn.
I've watched the GIF of Carl wearing Cyclops' visor shooting optic blasts way more than I've watched Family Matters. Next question.
You've watched the turd being launched into the toilet more than you've watched Family Matters.
That's a true statement, especially recently.
More recently?
Well, yeah, I've watched that video of the guy launching a turd out of his ass into a toilet.
That's your Zapruder film. It's like freeze it back into the left.
Back into the left. I watched that. Nice game, pretty boy. Of course I've watched that more recently than Family Matters. What the fuck? I think at this point in my life, that's probably makes a lot more sense.
You don't watch Urkelbot once a month at least?
Here's what I want to see. Urkelbots versus Doombots. Make it happen. Make it Disney.
It's matter and antimatter.
The ball's in your court, Disney. They probably own both, right?
Yeah, all I do is
Family Matters was ABC, wasn't
buy
it?
up ABC, yeah.
I think doesn't Disney already own ABC?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Isn't that when it became like ABC Family and like all that shit?
Maybe. Oh man, maybe they do have Urkel's rights. Shit,
They have Urkel.
X-Men and Urkel.
Hey Siri, does Disney own Urkel?
Okay, I found this on the web for Does Disney Own Urkel? Check it out.
She's going to make me read. But and I'm not going to do it. The first thing that pops up is, we're going to Disney World, Part 1, Family Matters. So that's the obligatory we're going to Disney World episode. Like that Full House did.
It should have crossed over with Full House.
God. Fuck, can you imagine?
Michelle should have gotten lost and found Steve Urkel.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see Steve Urkel and Stephanie. Because I want him to say, did I do that? And her to say, how rude.
Does she say? Yeah, she does say how rude. Okay. I'm trying to think of catchphrase.
Don't fucking come at me. You come at me all you want on Family Matters. Don't come at me a Full
Because
House.
Michelle says how rude sometimes, but hers is "you got it, dude."
Right, which is not the same thing.
Not the
But
same
yeah,
thing.
that's her catchphrase.
What is DJ's catchphrase?
Why doesn't anybody like me? I don't know. I have no idea what hers is. And actually, I am not a Full House buff because I was really like only watching it while I was killing Nazis in Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh, okay,
So
that's fair.
there is that.
Yeah,
Aunt Becky, though, I guess she's in trouble still, right?
yeah, kicked off the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
She went to travel to find her parents, I believe, in the show. She's just off.
Was she in Fuller House? Like, was that like
Yeah.
she was?
She was, and then she's gone.
And now she's gone
Yeah.
visiting family in Europe?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, bummer. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I watched the first season and was like, man, look, it's 70s boobs. Holy shit. And then the second season.
and she's kind of showed him off like in weird
lot.
ways.
Get back in that barrel. All right. Next question. This H is based on a film that stars a recently deceased Scot with one T playing a Russian. Hunt for Red October?
Sure.
Scott being like a Scotsman.
Oh, you're right. You're very right. Yep.
Locking it in. It is, in fact, Hunt for Red October, comma, the.
I was like, I think Scott Stapp's still alive, so I don't know.
And the last question. This T is an action RPG that stars a young vampire and in Japan is known as Ultra Demon World War, Little Dorabo.
What does it start with again?
T.
Final fight.
And you know it's not the because that's historically been after the comma at the end.
A vampire.
A vampire. Yes. This T is an action RPG that stars a young vampire. Was there a Magus spinoff that I was unaware of?
Crimson Echoes, that fan game, but yeah.
I forgot about Crimson Echoes. It's tough for me. I don't know. I haven't even played Chrono Cross yet. It's tough for me to like. I don't know. Like, I don't know. How are you going to make a game better than Chrono Trigger? Is what I'm trying to say. How are you going to do it?
It's called Earthbound.
I mean, I don't think you heard me. How are you going to make a game that's better than Chrono Trigger?
Yeah. Called Earthbound.
In Japan, it's known as Ultra Demon World War, Little Dorabo.
Shit. Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, the vampire years.
Perfect.
Locking it in. It is. Don't feel bad for missing this. Like one single.
I kind of
fucking
got
bit.
that feeling we wouldn't.
Twisted Tales of Spike McFang, comma, the. Which that is a title that I have heard of, but that is it. I've only heard the title, and that is it. I don't know that I've ever seen it played, seen any screenshots from it, nothing. No moral question yet, because I think that was taken up from, Ross looking for our sage-like advice, and I agree with you. I think you should look into that new job.
Yep.
Because that'll lead to more money eventually, and then TADPOG Patreon, baby.
Especially if it's a lateral move now, then yeah, why not?
Not losing anything.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Yeah. There's probably cool people that work there, too.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's not a guarantee, but,
But
probably. I mean, it's a university, so, I don't know if...
It's a uni.
Yeah, I don't know if unis are different than, state colleges, that we went to. Because, I mean, I'd totally work at a state college. It's all right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed pretty cool.
Murray State, there are lots of awesome benefits working at Murray State.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, that's it. That's all the questions.
All right, well, I'm just dying to know what we got to do next. So I'm going to go grab this batter up peripheral.
All right, grab it.
I'm going to put one end on the ground, put my head on the other end, Wild and Crazy Kid style, twirl around it to pull it on a hole in a random direction, say the prayer we all love to say. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
134.
D's?
Yes. These nuts.
New shit.
Got him.
One we've done before?
No.
New one.
New. Well, it's an old game, but yeah.
New to us game. The Dunisher.
The Dunisher?
The Dunisher. Yeah, I can't think of any names.
What would the Dunisher be?
It's like the Punisher, but only the job's done.
Oh, I see. Dirt Tracks FX, which I think is a game that Brandon of Axelay fame has said is really good. I think. I don't know if he was kidding or not. Because, so I don't know if we can get him on the episode. That would be
try.
Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not Dirt Tracks FX, but I know it wasn't Stunt Race FX. Because when he mentioned it, I was like, Stunt Race FX with like the fucking cars and shit? And he was like, no, you're on like dirt bikes. So,
okay.
I don't know.
Dirt bikes with eyes and shit that come apart when you crash them? All right.
Maybe, and get sued by Pixar. Back to unis.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We're talking about Dirt Tracks FX.
Dirt Tracks FX.
But you like this? You like this show? You can find TADPOG on Facebook. Just TADPOG episode posts, memes, funny shit. Are you a fan? You like that deep, dank shit? The real shit that you don't want your grandma to see? That's TADPOG Nation. Are you a good boy or girl who likes your chat very organized? That's the Discord. What's that Discord link?
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
It's a very high bar to try to be as awesome as Chris Murray. But if you want to try, or you don't care and just want to send us garbage, it's whatever. You can send that to
Ooh, slippery slope.
TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
That's a real Field of Dreams moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you ask for trash, they will send it. We have a fucking pile of packages. I've been amazed how many packages have come in recently. Lots of them. Some of which I know, one of which I know the contents of, and I'm very excited for it. Maybe we can open that one next because I'm
sweet.
Super excited for that one.
Awesome. Let's see what else we got. You want to call us? We're planning on talking about doing all calls pretty soon for Patreon. So you can call us at 270-883-2555.
So future Patreon episodes.
Future.
Metal Gear Solid, the Star Fox game, which I think is Assault. I can't remember. The RGB episode, the Shining Force 3 episode, and then all calls.
Yep.
So we're almost got fucking 2021 booked. And then we're going to do the thing where you cook all the foods from the favorite foods from characters in video games, and we're going to eat
we'll have
it.
Casey on. It'll be great.
Fuck it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I was thinking
That would be awesome.
I was thinking about that today at work. I was like, I know Tyler was joking about that, but I'd be down to eat that stuff.
Would be pretty interesting, yeah. I'd be down to have him feed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last time I fed you weren't very happy when I brought all the stuff from Jungle Gyms.
Oh, that is true. But you didn't prepare that. You just bought weird shit.
Bought weird shit.
Yeah. But I bet a lot of video game characters like
they love
to
weird
eat weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with Mike Hagar where it's hamburger.
Curry rice.
All right. I like both those things.
Rice soaked in tea.
Ooh.
Okay.
What kind of tea? I had some leftover fried rice last night. When I got done streaming, I was like, fuck, I'm hungry. Went to the fridge. I got my leftover drunken noodles, but I didn't leave enough to fill me up. So I'm like, Nikki had told me earlier in the day, she's like, you can have this rice if you want. And I was like, okay. So I get the rice. And I'm like, man, they ate all the chicken out of it. So now it's just rice and peas. And it's I'm start eating it. I'm like, and there's no spice to it at all either. So I had to pop out of the rice.
Get dumped in the drunken noodle, soak up some of that juice.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I don't. When it comes to food, I do not think that far ahead, at all. It's just eat the thing. That thing's done. Am I still hungry? Yep. Should I chew gum? No. What else to eat?
So you want a shirt? Got some TADPOG shirt, shirts.tadpog.com.
We do.
You want a mask? That's on Redbubble. Just Google TADPOG mask, Redbubble.
Masks.tadpog.com.
Mask.tadpog.com. All right. What else do we got? Oh, you can find a lot of our shows on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube has a lot of our backlog, and Spotify has some old stuff moving forward.
We're on Podbean too, if that's your speed. Spotify. I think I can't remember if that was mentioned or not. Because every time you say Spotify, for whatever reason, my mind like takes it and is like, he said SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I have to fight not saying SoundCloud
Man.
every time.
I guess we should just get back on SoundCloud.
No, fuck Kyle. Fuck Kyle Mullins. I don't want to go back to SoundCloud. We're on TADPOG_podcast on both Twitter and on Instagram.
Yes,
But most importantly, we got that Patreon.
we do. We're on Patreon, where unbelievably generous people donate to us on a
Unbelievably generous people.
basis. Yeah, unbelievably italicized, bold, underlined, which is typically a no-no, but like we really mean it.
Big Boost by Time Lord Josh Edwards.
Time Lord Josh.
Thank you very much. And a repledge, because I remember the name, a considerable repledge by Logan Burrell.
Time Lord Josh Edwards sent me some photographs that were taken of him and his like in Jedi cosplay with his fucking like badass lightsaber replica.
Oh, yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen these?
I have.
Okay, they're fucking amazing.
They are.
They're fucking amazing, and I'm jealous as hell.
Oh, the theme song is moved. Let's take more traveling to that track from the show at TADPOG.com. Can't even close this one out, Dave.
I'd like to close this out as what we think Stray sounds like. Are you good with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But before we do that, I do want to thank our executive producers. These are the folks on Patreon who go above and beyond and donate $20 or more to us each month. And they are the following. Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Cousin David Galino, Platinum member Brett Miller, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Zeus Laser, Steve Dixon, Joseph Phillips, Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, the Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Plinko Nick Price, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dicked Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Paul Anderson, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, and Captain Detective Count Victor Von Cunnilingus Hart. Thank you. You guys are fucking awesome. Your donation goes a long way every month, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
So that gave you a long time to think about what Stray sounds
Oh,
like.
yeah. I knew.
So
I knew.
you're
I
ready.
knew instantly.
I'm going to struggle a little bit, but so I'm going to lean heavy on you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So until next time. Tropical Capricorn. Kelsey Grammer.
That was Kelsey.
Kelsey Grammer,
That was Kelsey
Stray.
Grammer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
a cat.
You're a cat. Yeah. That also makes sense.
Yeah.
They both equally make
Right.
sense.
I was Morris from the cat food commercials.
I would not know what you're talking about, except I saw somebody post that on Facebook the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who did that? I need to know. I need to my Morris fix.
No, you don't.
Oh, was it bad?
No, she's just bad. You don't.
She's bad. The cat or the poster?
The poster. You don't want none. You don't want none of this, Dave.
What is it? God, I can't even fucking quote. I can't even fucking quote Dewey Cox. I can't. I haven't seen that in so long.
I need to rewatch it.
There are a lot of movies from that era, comedies especially, that I need to rewatch. Walk Hard.
Walk Hard. The Dewey
Dewey
Cox story.
Yeah. Don't you put that evil on me.
The wrong kid died. I bet it's expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is, Dewey. I don't want to get addicted. It's not addictive. You don't want none of this, Dewey. God, it's so good. Mostly just Tim Meadows in that movie.
Okay. I need your help getting somewhere, okay? It's going to be a long walk, and I'm going to struggle.
I'll hold your hand.
So, on Twitch the other
There's
night...
just one path. There's just one set of footprints in the sand, Dave. I'm carrying you.
Yes, thank you. I've always said that whenever people ask, like, who's that guy? I'm like, Jesus.
Jesus will let himself go.
So, okay, this is going to be a long walk.
Jesus moved to Ireland and really just ate a lot of potatoes.
All right. So, I have a request for a dramatic reading.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay.
The problem is I can't remember the name of the song, but we can get there, okay? There is a meme, an X-Men meme, where a song is referenced, where Scotty doesn't know? Is that it?
Scotty doesn't know. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Have you heard that song?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't. And it was brought up last night on stream, and I tried my damnedest to sing it, but I just don't know it. Do you know who did the song?
No.
Who made the song?
I'm lucky to know what you're talking about.
So, would you do a dramatic reading? You don't have to do it this time.
Okay.
Maybe like next time, so we have like build up the anticipation.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to the song. Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm just gonna keep on living my life
Perfect.
the way I've been living it, and not listen to that song.
Should. Yeah.
Okay. All right.